one-on-one. It's important. Hey, y'all, this is Brent Perry with Business on Purpose. So I was coaching a client this week of mine, and we were talking about his first team meeting of the year. He was excited about it. It's after the holiday season. He was excited to get all of his employees and agents back in the same room to get on the same page, talk about the upcoming week, month, and year. He then told me, though, he was going to take it a step further. It's what he wanted to do again this year. See, after he was planning to gather with his entire team, he had set up one-on-one meetings with each of them over the next couple of weeks. Something he had done in the past, but had stopped doing kind of during the pandemic. He said that at this time it felt like it was right to get back in a safe and healthy way. He wanted to get back in front one-on-one with his team members. And I, for one, think this is brilliant and much needed. So if you don't know me that well, I'm not a huge fan of social media. I don't have accounts on most platforms. Not against social media, just not for me. But there are some clips that become so viral, you can't really help but see them at some point. For me, it's my wife, some of my best friends, coworkers, even the news, you name it, they will pop up. And there was a video I saw a couple of years ago from a fifth grade teacher at Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, the video was incredibly simple. It showed the teacher, Mr. Barry White Jr., standing at the door of his classroom and his students in a single file line waiting to enter. Now, at each time, one at a time, each of these students would walk up to their teacher. They would do a handshake with them and then go into the classroom. Every single student. And now, when I say a handshake, I'm not really talking about walk up, simple, stick out your hand, firm grip, 4 seconds of eye contact kind of handshake. These were complex and fun and usually had some kind of little dance or move at the end of them. Each student, and if my memory serves me correctly, I think there was at least 20 kids in his class that got a handshake from their teacher. That didn't just happen. It didn't magically, Mr. Barry White Jr. just wake up one day and could perform a special handshake individualized with each one of his students. It took time for him to engage each one of them in a way that celebrated them, in a way that made it personal for them. Now, in your business, I'm not telling you to do what Barry did with his fifth graders in North Carolina. That wouldn't translate the same to your employees like it does to an elementary school kid. But I am saying that perhaps in what he did with his class, there is a lesson that can be learned. One-on-one time matters. Not just for fifth graders, but for the generational Z kid who has just graduated college and in their first time real world job, or to the 50-year-old sales manager who has been with the team for 20 years and he's not going anywhere, but time with them is going to matter. And I'm not talking about just meeting to talk numbers and goals, problems and solutions. Yes, those topics do matter and they can and should be discussed, but spend a little time getting to know them. You know, what makes them tick? What motivates them to walk through your door? Or actually, since it's 2022, maybe it's also they can turn on their computer and open that phone from your home office. But what motivates them? What is going to keep them going? It can make a difference, and it really can get you on the right track for a 2020 year of flourishing. Hey, y'all, again, thank you for listening. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or our podcast. We have world-class content being put out by our coaches each and every week. Thankful for you guys. Hope it's off to a new year of flourishing.